Its energy surrounds us and binds us.
Reality is often disappointing. That is, it was. Now, reality can be whatever I want.
What is up, my fellow nerds? This is Nick from Carbonite Convos once again, and thank you for your support on another short story. Following our past 3 short stories on the Space, Mind, and Time Stone, our next Infinity Stone is the Reality Stone. So, thank you once more for joining us on this journey through the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and once again, the point we're at in the MCU is post-Avengers Endgame. Like most of the other gems, the first time we see the Reality Stone is not in the stone form, but this time it's in a liquefied form called the Aether. Created by the cosmic entities before the universe's existence, the Reality Stone was found and forged into a liquid by Malekith, the leader of the Dark Elves. We don't know how he did this, but he forged the stone into a liquid that he and the elves would use as a weapon to try and bring eternal darkness to the 9 realms. Every 5,000 years, the 9 realms are aligned with each other, and the name given to this event was the Convergence. During this event, Malekith planned to use the Aether to follow through with his plan in 2988 BC, but was stopped by Bor Burdison, the former king of Asgard. During this battle, most of the Dark Elves were killed, but Malekith and a few others managed to escape. From here, Bor hid the Aether in a world that was separate from the 9 realms, where it stayed for the next 5,000 years. It was then in 2013, right before the next convergence, that Jane Foster accidentally found a portal that had opened and made contact with the Aether. The sludge then used Jane's body as a host, giving her highly energized power when touched. Seeing this, Thor then took her to Asgard, where Odin realized it was the Aether that had infested itself inside her. Simultaneously, the Dark Elves awoke from their multi-millennia-long hibernation and began to look for the Aether once again. The elves were then able to invade Asgard from the inside and managed to release dozens of prisoners, causing a riot throughout the city. Thor's mother Frigga, the queen of Asgard, defended Jane from Malekith and his lieutenant and sacrificed her life to keep her and the Aether safe. As Jane was dying due to the Aether inside her, Thor and Loki left Asgard and were able to trick Malekith into drawing the sludge out of Foster's body and into his own, saving Jane's life. Both sides of this fight ended up on Earth, where Thor battled Malekith and was able to retrieve the Aether and destroy Malekith in the process. From here, the Aether was given to the Collector so he could keep it safe. 2 years later is when the events of Age of Ultron occurred, with Thor having his detailed vision that we went into detail for the Mind Stone episode. This vision is where he saw 4 of the Infinity Stones form in the stars, including the Aether form into the Reality Stone. The next time we see this stone is at Avengers Infinity War, when Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, and Mantis travel to Nowhere to retrieve the stone from the Collector. Prior to their arrival, Thanos had already taken the gem and used it to create the fake reality around the Guardians. After a short battle with fake Thanos, real Thanos reveals himself in the fake reality around them that he had created. We then see him use the stone to turn Mantis and Drax into a very creepy form of their bodies that fell apart, and again see him use the stone to turn Gamora's dagger and Star-Lord's pistol blasts into bubbles. After this scene, the next time we see the Reality Stone in use is on Titan, when Thanos is describing his former homeworld to Doctor Strange and what had become of it. He used the stone to show the Sorcerer Supreme what Titan looked like before his people depleted the planet's resources, which drove away all life. During the following fight between Thanos and the Avengers on Titan, we briefly see him use the stone for an offensive attack, but the next time we see the stone is during Thanos' devastating snap. In Avengers Endgame, we know that Thanos used the stones one last time to destroy the stones, but the next time we see the Reality Stone is when Rocket and Thor travel back in time to Asgard to extract the Aether from Jane's body. They then brought back the Aether, where it was then solidified into the Reality Stone again, and forged along with the other 5 stones into the Nano Gauntlet. We then see Hulk use the stones to snap back all life that had vanished 5 years prior, as well as Iron Man sacrifice his life by using the stones to snap Thanos and his army out of existence. The last time we see this gem is when Captain America travels back in time to return all 6 stones to their own timelines. From here, it's very questionable if we'll see the Reality Stone or the Aether again. The other stones have chances of showing up in future MCU films and Disney Plus series, but the future of the Reality Stone and Aether is unknown to us fans. So again guys, we really appreciate the support, not only for our Marvel and Star Wars short stories, but also for the podcast and our other content as well. Like always, you can follow me at FunkoStud on Instagram, and you can follow the podcast and channel on every outlet at Carbonite Combos. Next week, we'll be going into the timeline of the Power Stone, but until then, may the Force be with you guys.
Remember, the Force will be with you.